support. I also, before I update you about Sujat, I want our students here to come up and say whatever they're feeling, whatever they want to say before they leave New Zealand to return, I'm confident. So yeah, guys, Hafiz, do you want to start? And then we'll have you one by one.
Hello everyone. First of all, I want to thank each and everybody who came here today. And we started the fight long back 6 months ago, and we came to a final stage. This all happened because of the support we received from the different people. Especially, I would like to thank the members of the church, United Church, the Clay Nelson, and the people from the Labour Party, the Green Party, and many associations like Migrant Workers Association, Unite Union, and everything. So still the negotiation is going on with our lawyer. We're hoping something positive, and we just see what's going to happen. Thank you.
Thanks, Hafiz. Before we hear from the rest of the students, I'm going to invite my team member, Sehgal.
Well, thank you everyone for coming here. I think I acknowledge all the names that Anu has already mentioned, but there are a couple of names that I would like to add. I mean, the first and the most important people here are the people from the media. Without these media, I mean, we wouldn't have passed the message to the community and society. So I really want to acknowledge this media who is here. And also, I would like to say thank you to Betsy, who adopted Asha and who adopted Manoj and Baby. Every day, Betsy is looking after these people like her own child. I mean, in 1.5 minutes, I would like to finish everything. I just want to share one experience. I was in Mexico recently, and the guy said, like, when you travel by train, don't take out your wallet and, your phone, otherwise someone will steal it. So he asked me, do you have these kind of pickpockets back in New Zealand? And I told him, I said, no, we don't have it in bus and train, but we have it in Parliament. We got 59. This is the number. We got 59 dacoits in the Parliament, and their ringleader is Bill English. Now what they do is they bring these students, innocent students from India, invite them in their house, which is New Zealand, take the money out of their wallet and ask them to leave the country. They are selling assets, they are exploiting the migrants in this country, and everything bad they are doing it in here. So I think the most important part is we must change the government, otherwise this will happen again and again, again and again, again and again. Thank you very much.
Sunil or Manoj, anyone, yeah. Don't wait to be called, just say how you feel, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Rahul. As you all know that we've been seeking for justice for the last 8 months, and now we have reached to a point where the government, or rather the immigration, has come to a point where they're ready for doing some negotiations. So we're just waiting for the best outcome out of it. And and for this, and it's unfortunate that one of our friends had to leave the country, being deported, but we're hoping something best to turn out for him as well from these negotiations. And for all this to happen, I would first like to thank our lawyer, Alistair McLemon, for fighting on behalf of us for 8 long months against the system and getting to the point of these negotiations through. Thank you so much, sir. And next, I would like to thank the Migrant Workers Association, each and every member of the association who supported us right from the day one, without whom this wouldn't have been possible for us. Thank you so much, Migrant Workers Association. And the rest of the organizations as well, who supported us and being part of us, and being part of all the rallies and the protests we've been part of. Thank you, everyone. And thank you to the people of New Zealand and the Indian community and the few families from Telugu and the Telugu Association for showing their love and affection during our hard times, and especially feeding us for 2 long weeks in this church. Thank you so much for all your support. And a big thank you to Mr. Clay Nelson, the minister of this church, for supporting us, having trust in us, and giving us a sanctuary in this church, because from the day we've been seeking the sanctuary, our protest has reached to a different level. So all this couldn't have happened without this. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And to the media, especially the media of New Zealand, who's been covering our stories and publishing our stories right from day one, and getting the stories through to the public of the New Zealand and making them understand what exactly we've been going through. So thank you, media, for all your support. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Sorry, I missed the Labour Party and the Green Party, who supported us a lot and writing a number of letters to the Immigration Minister for cancellation of our deportation letters, especially the Andrew Little and Dennis Roach from the Green Party for asking questions, shooting questions rather, to the Immigration Minister. Thank you so much, both the parties, for what you have done to us. Thank you.
Thanks, Rahul, for mentioning the wider community, people just walking in and bringing food. I mean, we've had families who will just drop a cooked meal off just by Clay's office and disappear, and I felt really bad. I wanted to meet them and say thank you, because I've been in sanctuary for the last 2 weeks as well. I've been with the team every day, so I've missed saying hello and saying thank you to a lot of people, because they just want to remain anonymous, and that makes it even more beautiful. That is donation without any strings attached, and that's quite a like I said, a beautiful thing, and I think a very character-building thing, and I have learned a lot from that there are a lot of people out there who are donating just for the purpose of donating. They don't want to be named, they don't want to be thanked, even though I feel bad that, I haven't done what I need to do, but yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Rahul. Before we hear from more students, Dennis Maga, I would like to invite him to say a few words, please. Dennis is, as you've heard before, from Unimeg, and he's with First Union, so I'll hand over to Dennis.
Thank you, Anu. When I was checking my Facebook, I saw the article of Rachel Smalley describing these students as illegal immigrant. I'm quite passionate about that. I don't want to hear anyone calling ourselves as illegal immigrant. The effect of that is they are comparing us to a criminal. And I don't actually accept such terminology, and I hope that even in activism and media world, they will not using that term. Now, I would like to read something. Why migrants are migrating in different countries. We dream of a society where families are not broken up by the urgent need of survival. We dream and will actively work for a homeland where there is opportunity for everyone to live a decent and humane life. I think this is the dream of every migrant. We would like to be accepted in a society where they will actually respect our rights. The problem here is this. I like the analogy actually said by Sehgal, that the government actually ripped off these migrants, invited them to come here, and then when they got the money, they've been actually kicked out from this country. The problem here is this. Since 2013, we've been having negotiation with the government because we've been telling them that how can we regulate education agents offshore? Because that is actually the problem. They've been actually promising a lot of things to international students, saying that come to New Zealand and we will guarantee you that you will get residency in 2 years. Come to New Zealand and we can guarantee you that you can have a job straight away. So there are many misleading information here. But the call for the licensure of education agents haven't been actually heard by this government. It fell into their deaf ears, and still there's now no action happening right now. And the debate in the media right now is that should they be deported? But there is no debate whether what is the accountability of the government right now. Because the accountability of the government is They're the one who introduced this concept of education trafficking in New Zealand, and they're the one who benefited from this. And yet, they are pointing their fingers to the victims, not against the perpetrators. And that is the biggest problem of this government. Second, now that this is actually happening, instead of showing some humanity aspect on this matter, what they're doing right now is actually pushing these students to the brink. They will face their family back home in India, and then what will happen to them? And I'm hoping that I will see the students again by not the end of this year, but by next year. Because if ever we will not see them, we need actually to be in front of the office of this government and tell them that they are accountable for what is happening to all victims of education trafficking in this country. And we have a clear message to Bill English, okay? Don't be like Trump. Because what he's doing right now, instead of showing humanity, he's actually looking at the feedback, the messages coming from those right-wing people, from those racist comments, from those kind of supporters that he will get to win another election. That is not what we want. I'm so glad that there is now Migrant Workers Association, because what we need right now in this country is not another social club. When I arrived here in 2007, what I've been hearing is a lot of migrant organizations, but most of them are social clubs. I am glad that there is Migrant Workers Association who help these students. And let me tell you what is the impact of this campaign, which is I attribute to these 9 students, to Anna Kaloti, Sunny Sehgal, and Unite. I just had a meeting with the Philippine ambassador this afternoon. That's why I was actually late. The reason being, even the Philippine embassy now is panicking about the effect of this education trafficking, not only to Filipinos, but across the board. In fact, the ambassador is now thinking that should there be a waiver that any student should sign before they can actually be accepted to come over here in New Zealand. Because today, he presented to us hundreds of cases of international students, mainly Filipinos, who are actually victims of misleading information. And now, what should we tell them if ever we listen to the government? Should we tell them that it's your fault because you listen to those agents? But the problem is they wash their hands. After collecting $5 billion from these students, after accumulating 22,000 international students right now, which is part of the labor market, which is actually part of the discrimination, racism, and exploitation of the country, I think that is wrong. And that is something that we will have to fight on. And that is something that we have to thank the Migrant Workers Association and the 9 students, because they brought up this debate publicly, that we have to carry on. So for those 9 students, we will carry your torch. And thank you for bringing us this attention. And thank you for being brave, because you have given us a good inspiration. Thank you very much.